Today I am going to be reviewing the Daily Carry Memo book cover by Field Notes. This is essentially the leather Field Notes cover made by Field Notes in collaboration with a brand called Iron and Resin. And in it you'll find 4 card slots, 2 pockets for your field notes, for cash, or whatever else you might need, as well as a pen loop. This thing is made of cowhide and it is 4 inches by 6 inches in size. And it's even got the little Field Notes logo right on the front of it. Alright, so we've got our daily carry. This thing is pretty nice to the touch, and one note in particular I wanted to make about this is it smells fantastic. So like, I don't know if you ever have smelled a brand new baseball glove, that's what it smells like. It's that good leather, smells fantastic. That's just a random little side note I wanted to make because I like the smell of leather, and if you do too, let me know below. But we've got the 4 card slots here on the left side, handmade in the USA. So you've got this main pocket here, as well as this other one here that is holding the back cover of my field notes. They say on the website you can hold 2 field notes in here, so I assume that means one over here and one over here. Maybe if you're ambidextrous, you could do the left-handed field notes here and the right-handed field notes here. So it started out it shipped like this. It also came with, actually it was supposed to only come with a pack of the 3 graph paper ones. I got an extra pack for some reason. They sent me another one. That was pretty cool. So thank you guys. But you open it up and it's a little, this is the only one of these that I've ever had, these leather field notes covers. So like I have nothing to base it off of, which I guess is kind of good. Initially it feels thinner than I thought it would. In my head, I had sort of assumed it would be thicker. Maybe I'm wrong in assuming that. I'm not certain, but that's just how I felt. But I mean, I think it's pretty dang good quality leather. So putting the field notes in, initially I had a little bit of trouble with because the craft covers particularly are a little bit thin. So when you put it in, you have to sort of work it in as opposed to just sticking it right in. But once it's in there, it's in there. It's not gonna slip out or fall out or anything like that. It's good. And I tried this out with a few of my cards in the card slots for the last few days, and I can say with 4 cards plus in there, to me it's a lot. I feel like I either need one of 2 things. What we need here for this, I believe, is like just maybe 2 more card slots, because you're taking up this real estate anyway, so you may as well put more card slots there. That way, if it's truly intended to be like a wallet / notebook holder / notebook cover, you could have a little bit more flexibility as far as what you can put in. But regardless of how many cards you have in there, they layer kind of funky. So like if you have all 4, it starts out real skinny at the bottom and then it thickens up towards the top because there's 4 cards thick right here. So it goes from pretty slim, pretty sleek to pretty thick and pretty thick. Another thing that I would like to see out of something like this, and I know plenty of other places make it, instead of a pen loop, I personally would benefit more from a snap or a buckle or something. So like this, use the same piece of leather, but instead of looping it, just put a little button on it and then boom. The issue I have with the pen loop is it sticks out way too far, and that's just not really anybody's fault. It just kind of has to be that way. Now, on a positive note, this thing has been really good in terms of simply protecting the field notes book. I think it does a good job in that area because it's not too thick and too bulky like some other things are. The thin leather actually helps a lot in that regard, but it still protects. It's got a nice balance. I feel like it's a smaller footprint thickness wise, and it still protects. So it's not, super flimsy, you may as well not even have it. No, it's genuinely good for protecting your field notes, which I find wonderful. So this thing on Field Notes' website is $89.95 US. Now it comes with, you get the daily carry, you get the click pen, and then you get a 3-pack of the craft graph paper books. So you get a pretty good setup for essentially $90. I've seen some that go anywhere from like 50 to 150, so it's kind of right in the middle of that range. So price wise, I wouldn't say it's too bad, but you can get cheaper things out there. You're paying for the name, for the reputation, things of that nature, and particularly because this is a collaboration, you're probably going to be charged more anyway. Field Notes has another leather cover on their website, and it's just a little bit more plain, and it doesn't have the card slots and stuff. It's just specifically for notebooks. You have 2 options as far as these things are concerned. And I kind of already mangled the packaging a little bit because I was excited to get this thing open, but it comes in this nice little box with, the standard Field Notes thing wrapped around it. daily carry memo book cover. I had to leave that on there just so you guys can see it. And then we've got, you know, you open it up. So you have like your standard, you know, what you just bought kind of card. They have that with almost everything, I'm pretty sure. And this one was pretty cool because it also came with a 2025 calendar. So it's a little baby guy. I want to put it up on the little wall here. And then the daily carry itself came in this little pouch, which is pretty neat. You know, it's good enough quality to put something else in to not just throw away. Like, it's pretty good stuff. The packaging as a whole I thought was quite nice. I love the aesthetic that they have of, well, really just in general, I love their aesthetic. Another thing too about the pen loop here is it fits the Field Notes click pen really, really well, and other pens about the same thickness. Once you get up, because like I use the Pilot G2, it is a little bit thicker than the click pen, and therefore it doesn't fit in the pen loop as well. Now, in last week's video, I said I was switching to Field Notes to write in on my notebooks. If you haven't seen that, check it out. But overall, as a notebook cover, I think this thing is really good. It does the job. It protects and it covers your Field Notes or similar notebooks. To me, the pen loop is a little much. I would rather have a strap or a buckle or something. And also, I would prefer either more card slots or none, in my humble opinion. Maybe even if we did them like horizontally oriented instead of vertically oriented. I don't know, it's just something, you know? Like, I feel like it's good, it's just could be better, in my opinion. And again, this thing is about $90 US. Do I think it's worth that? Not personally, not for me. But if you're more just into carrying a notebook as opposed to carrying other things, then it's really good for that. I think it does a good job. So that is the leather daily carry memo book cover from Field Notes. If you have any more questions about it that maybe I didn't address in this video, let me know. In a few months, if you want to see a follow-up review of how it works and how it is over time, then I can definitely do that if you're interested. This is the kind of thing where it's more of a first look type of review than it is a review of having used it for a while. But if you're interested in a daily carry or anything else Field Notes related, as always, there's a link in my description where if you use my code, you can get 10% off your first order. And of course, the channel gets a kickback at no additional cost to you. If you've made it to this point of the video, thank you for being here. If you liked what you saw and want to see the next video early, you can join my Patreon for $3 a month. That grants you access to early videos, Patreon exclusive pocket notebook entries, and the Discord server. So if you're interested, links in the description. And thank you to my patrons. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.